Chris, become the true ace attorney you always meant to be. Who is the dastardly person who has all the answers to this evidence?
I have no idea who the fuck I'm looking for.
Who possesses the final conclusive evidence will reveal the truth about this whole affair?
John H. Wilson.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Wilson has all the answers. So, what was it? No, Ryan said it was someone in this courtroom. So the victim was hiding inside this room the whole time.
It was under her hat.
Oh my god.
Well, it would be her, wouldn't it?
Well, doesn't prove, here's the thing. If we prove that she has a gun, how does it prove that she was going to use the gun? Besides, we don't have ballistic markings, remember?
What if it's him?
Oh my god. He left before. He took the china with him, too. Are you saying your best boyfriend was the true killer all along?
Well, probably.
Well, we got one thief in here. There's someone else that's like to steal. What?
I'm not good at this.
They don't call him a crime scene thief for nothing. Well, I guess they said people haven't called him that, but he doesn't care if they call him that.
Alright, bitch.
Come on, let's go.
Let's take you to court. The answer is obvious. It's Inspector Hosonaga.
Wait, but they're already in court, though.
What? I haven't. Yes. You think I've been withholding conclusive evidence? That's ridiculous.
See, the blood tells all. You are.
No, I'm not saying that. Everyone's attention has been focused on this stake with the teeth marks.
Yes.
Now, earlier this afternoon, Sergeant Noza told the court the following. I'd enjoyed chomping my way through a good steak, and as well as admitted to stealing Kurakuda-san's coin, he told us that he slipped it under the steak.
You watch it, cadet. I'm your superior officer.
Sergeant Noza, could you please confirm something for me?
I don't know.
Was the stake that you put the coin under, in fact, your own stake?
Attention! Affirmative, of course. I might be a soldier in the Imperial Nippon Army, but still. I'm not brave enough to ask a foreign gentle lady if she might be manhandling her meal to hide something in it.
In other words, the stake that the detective submitted as evidence earlier was in fact Sergeant Noza's meal.
Huh.
But that makes no sense. That plate was taken from the victim's table. Yet the gentlewoman doesn't take bites out of her steak, nor did she have any opportunity to steal the coin.
Are you saying that she's not a gentlewoman?
Of course I didn't steal it. To even suggest such a thing would be an affront to the entire British Empire.
What's gonna be an affront to something else soon? Well then, how do you explain this paradox?
Exactly. Surely you're not going to suggest that the sergeant switched the two steaks over.
Finger gun? I don't know.
But he's a nose. You did switch the plates?
Full switcheroo.
Oh,
Well, after it happened, bang. When I saw the civilian had been murdered right in front of my eyes like that, I panicked. Instead, I immediately lifted my stake and hid the coin underneath it. But then when the waiter announced he was an undercover policeman, I thought I had it. If he decided to investigate my slab of meat, that'd be it. I'd be getting my marching orders. So when the cadet here was arrested and taken off to the kitchen, I seized my chance. Get out. Get out of here, you. With my military precision and timing, I switched my stake with the one in the foreign lady's table.
What? You can't have. I never saw you do such a thing.
It was called Operation Lightning Bolt. There was no time for strategic planning. It was do or die, I tell you. So yes, I did what had to be done. If you have no plan, then no one can tell you the plan. However, fear not, prosecutor son.
What now?
I swear on the brass buttons of my uniform, that is all I did, sir.
All you did? That's plenty, Sergeant.
Am I at ease, sir?
So, Sergeant Noza switched the plates over. It means he took Miss Brett's steak and the plate it was on back to his own table.
Yes, that follows.
Inspector Osanaga,
The blood speaks all!
Earlier in this trial, you told the court this. You said that you had not only taken Miss Brett's stake after the incident, but also the sergeant's. And that to preserve evidence, you had taken both.
Having a fun time with that beefsteak over
That's
there?
correct.
That math.
And please present it to the court now. The plate that was actually on the victim's table at the precise moment he was shot.
Oh yeah! You shut up, you!
What can that possibly tell us now? I mean, a cold slab of tough meat. It can't have the slightest bearing on the case.
This will serve justice even if it's frozen. No, you're not wriggling your way out this time, lady.
I beg your pardon?
Surely you're not that forgetful. Surely you remember the reason why the steak pan promises to prove such a problem for you? No?
Humph. You're the ones who decided it was a problem, not me.
The reason the defense asked to see that plate was to confirm something the defendant remembers seeing.
Thinks he remembers. I'm quite sure what I saw, Miss Brett.
Astute observation.
On the side of the plate that was on the table directly behind Dr. Wilson, there was a clear spattering of blood from the gunshot wound to the victim's chest.
Kapow! I believe the defendant's memory serves him well. And now we have the evidence to prove it. The plate you were eating from, Miss Brett. Let's not prolong this any further. Inspector, you will show the evidence to the court at once. Present the beefsteak and plate that was originally on the victim's table at the time of the incident.
Wait. Yes, sir. Just super meek. Sorry for keeping you.
And the reveal!
Aha!
The blood speaks.
You lying slut! I knew it all along!
You see, Chris? The blood does indeed tell all.
Here's the other steak in its plate. Wow, that destroyed my throat. Oh, that was not a good idea.
It's probably a good thing we're gonna stop after this case ends then. You're gonna die.
Please feel free to examine it. Oh, that was a mistake. I'm gonna be feeling this in a few minutes.
You're gonna feel that when you go to sleep tonight.
The blood stain. It's clearly visible. Look.
Yes!
Now this makes everything clear. The blood you can see on the other side of the plate shows that at the moment the victim was shot, he was facing the table with his back to me.
In other words, it's impossible for Naruto-san to have shot the victim.
It can't be. In fact, there's only one person who could possibly have shot Dr. Wilson from the front.
The baby.
I read him with the wrong voice, but whatever. I'm sure everyone knows by now who that person is. That's right. Miss Giselle Brett. It's you.
I choose you.
I choose you, Giselle Brett, to go to prison!
Giselle Brett! Giselle Brett! Linda Goose.
Outdone. By a Jap? Me? By a Japanese schoolboy? No. No. No!
Oh boy. Well, you did say before they only require the finest of furs.
Here she goes. Alright.
She's going with the wind!
There she goes!
Off to heaven she goes! That's adorable. And
Good bird.
She's ducking dead right now.
Yep.
In more ways than one. But that's adorable. Well, it actually is.
Please excuse my little outburst. I briefly lost my composure.
That wasn't very gentlewomanly of you.
No wonder she wears a mask all the time. She's a fucking bird woman!
Feathery freak!
There's a quest in Witcher like that.
Oh my
Most
God.
unbecoming behavior for an English gentlewoman. Forgive me.
Well, you're not forgiven, Miss Brett.
You're not forgiven.
I think it's time you told the court what actually happened that day. The truth, this time, but nothing but the truth.
I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Proceeds to lie the entire time. Gladly, Your Excellency.
You know, they say the eyes are the window to the soul, but she doesn't have any eyes.
I was gonna say, she has no eyes. It was I who took the professor's life using Cure Air. As you surmised, I chose that particular day for one very important reason. The professor had a dental appointment for the extraction of one of his teeth that morning.
So you probably were right for being fearful of not having your wisdom teeth taken out then, Chris. So you're planning to kill the professor knowing that no trace of poison will be found in his water. Because Cure is unheard of here in Japan.
Yes. Of course, I never intended to remain at the restaurant for as long as I did. I only needed to see the professor take one tiny sip of his water and it would all be over. I would place the steak I had ordered in front of him to make it appear as though he'd been dining alone, and leave immediately. However, before any of that happened, there was an unexpected visitor at the professor's table. That would be me, I suppose. Yes, you. Who else? Such a trifling matter, but the fact that you decided to come over to greet the professor meant that I had lost my chance to slip away unnoticed. In due course, the professor took a sip of his water and was paralyzed. I made sure he was sitting in his chair such that he wouldn't fall. There was no going back at that point, so I concocted a plan on the spur of the moment.
A plan to help Dr. Wilson's murder on this innocent man.
I happened to know that the professor always carried a gun. I decided to use that fact to my advantage.
Wow.
I had the bottle of cure in my handbag, and my own pistol concealed under my skirt. Fucking knew it! I knew you were scared.
You have a weapon holster?
So I was right. There were two guns.
Weapon holster, why?
Yes. And then I finished my coffee and got up to leave.
And took the channel plate with you.
That's when I noticed the professor's gun, which you would presumably placed on the floor.
Wow,
A place where you were sure that I would notice it.
Ooh, and then you were like, ooh, what's this pickup? Huh, points at face. Oh wow, what's inside this?
And everything went according to plan. You noticed the gun as I'd intended. And then, just as you bent down to pick it up,
The deed was done.
that's when you shot the professor with your own gun. Even though, at that point, he was already dead. Naturally, the gunshot caused a commotion, at which point the waiter appeared. Obviously, I assumed Naruto was the culprit and apprehended him. I took him to the pantry that adjoins the kitchen and locked him inside.
That was a great spin in the closet.
That's when I took the opportunity to turn the professor and his chair around.
Because of course, you needed to make it look like the defendant had shot Dr. Wilson from where he picked up the gun. DB's plan. I'm assuming that when she turned the chair around, that's when the sergeant guy swapped the stakes.
Probably.
And the other guy was searching for his coin in the ground after that fact.
So there you have it.
Wow, that's perfect.
That is the entirety of my misdemeanor.
Oh, you fucking call that misdemeanor? Then what is grand fucking larceny and mass murder genocide then? That's just loitering.
Your Excellency,
Yes?
I wonder. Might I speak with you in private later?
I shall call on you.
Thank you. Good day then, everyone. I hope you can forgive me, Naruto-san.
Curtsy. There she goes.
Disappeared. She wasn't feeling very good. It's a good thing you don't understand that joke.
Well, that's when you tickled white, apparently not tickled pink, because she was wearing white clothes. This trial is going to run its course. Presume the prosecution's in agreement?
This can't be. Takatsuchi Ouchi does not lose.
Guess what? This is the gonna be a long-running tradition!
Not to the likes of this rookie student.
You'd better start getting used to tough opposition.
Ryan Naruto! Yes? This insult to the Ouchi family name will never be forgotten.
No, it won't. You've become conceited with age, Council, but the old have to stand aside and make way for the new. He's making that sort of good use now.
No.
It's the way of the world. May you never forget that. that sort of good use.
Nice.
1,000 millennia may pass, and still the Ouchi clan will never measure up to the Naruto clan. This trial in the Supreme Court of Japan will, I believe, go down in history as the start of a new chapter in our country's judicial system. Despite being summoned as the accused, you, Ryan Naruto, presented an excellent case.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
The use of evidence and deduction to unravel the truth is a modern methodology. After all, it's only been a few short decades since our country opened its doors to the wider world, but the Western ideas of science are rapidly gaining acceptance here. I feel sure that science will soon bring new methods of investigation, and new procedures of justice. A new feature of law awaits. But what it will look like, I cannot begin to imagine. That is for the young to pursue. Kazuma Asogi? Yes. After this trial, you are set to embark on a journey of discovery to the illustrious British Empire. Learn all you can. Absorb everything of the wider world that you are able to. And do not forget to fulfill the mission imposed upon you. That's ominous. I understand, Your Excellency.
What was that about? Why do you look so grave all of a sudden?
Ah, never mind. It's like you're terrible. As for you, Ryan Naruto,
Yes?
that woman tainted it for him! In you, I sense, how can I put it, unusual potential. I very much look forward to seeing how you carry that onwards.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
You did it. You saved the world. At least your world. It is time to deliver the final verdict. I hereby find the defendant, Ryan Naruto, not guilty!
Yay. Confetti? Close enough.
Rose petals, the next best thing.
Look at him just still in shock over there.
He's having a traumatic event over there.
Yep.
PTSD!
Oh yeah.
That curse is set in stone. This court is now adjourned.
Smack.
Me. Slap of the wrist.
I feel like she's getting more than a slap on the wrist. 22nd November, 2:46.
She's gonna get immediately hit dead and hanged.
Supreme Court of Judicature, Defendant's Antechamber 5.
Antechamber. The chamber is filled with ants.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe you left her in the spook house!
Shut the fuck up. I made it. I'll quit right now. I defended myself and made it through that horrendous trial.
Ryan, you finally pulled it off. Congratulations.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Kazuma.
No, it's a pleasure to watch you at work. So, you owe me an extra large sukiyaki from the place on Yume University Street, don't forget. Good afternoon. All your hard work is certainly paid off. I'm assuming that's the other guy. Oh, it's you. It's me. Congratulations to both of you for proving Naruto's innocence. Ah, right, trusty judicial assistant. You worked hard for that result too, you know? Oh no, I didn't do anything.
Thank you so much. If we hadn't had that research report of Miss Brett's, I don't know how things would have turned out.
Your kind words should really be for my father. So be doing as he asked. It was his idea for me to go to university and investigate.
Your father? Yes, of course.
Dr. Mitochondria.
Dr. Mitochondria. The powerhouse of the cell!
See, he truly was a powerhouse of the cell. Forgive me for intruding on your court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susan Mikotoba,
Susan Mitochondria!
Susie Mitochondria, Judicial Assistant to Defense. Susie, let's go!
Speaking of mitochondria, I have a few myself.
Quite a few. But you're not sure.
Oh, there you are. I believe congratulations are in order. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this for long.
Yeah, don't worry.
Naruto, you did an excellent job. Thank you, Professor.
You did it.
Oh no, it is I who should be thanking you. After all, you have first exposed the true criminal that took the life of my good friend. Good friend? Oh, yes, you mentioned that before.
Dang.
It was you who actually invited Dr. Wilson to Yume University, wasn't it?
Huh.
Yes, that's right.
Professor Mitochondria studied overseas himself. He went to study forensic medicine in Great Britain. Presumably that's when you met Dr. Wilson?
Exactly. In those days, we worked together in the same hospital. Oh, you worked together?
Never heard you mention that before.
Well, it was a long time ago now. Besides, it's your turn, Asugi.
Wait, what? Oh no!
Great Britain is a magnificent country. It leads the world in science, medicine, engineering, culture, and of course in law. Watch and learn, my boy. See what's happening in the world's largest melting pot.
I will. I'll learn all I can. Make sure to get rid of them. Just miss out on those other crazy bitches in the world. I swear in this, the spirit of the Sogi clan.
You're not taking that sword to Great Britain, are you?
We're taking it, okay? Of course I am. The Japanese man's katana is his soul. This blade shows me where I need to go. Points me in the right direction when it's up and running. And cuts down anything that's in my way.
That's murder, but okay. Yes, I have definitely seen how sharp it is already with my own eyes.
You already seen how it does work in the bedroom. That reminds me, what's happened to the woman? To Giselle Brett, I mean. After all, she's guilty of murder.
Oh yes, her. It's not easy to tell you this, but...
What do you mean? Surely she's going to face trial herself now. She's the true culprit after all.
she will be leaving Japan in the very near future, for Shanghai.
What? Shanghai?
Giselle Brett will not appear in court again in this country, I'm certain of that.
What? But why not?
It's a matter of conciliary jurisdiction. Oh, it's you.
Oh, okay. Inspector Osanaga.
It was a hard-fought battle in the courtroom today. Very impressive to watch. I must
What's all this about conciliary jurisdiction?
We cannot try this particular foreigner for her crimes here in Japan.
What? We can't try her? But then who? Who's going to bring her to justice?
A British consular court will hear her case, somewhere far away, where our voices can't be heard.
But why a consular court?
What's a consular mean?
Oh.
Professor, I simply don't understand. I thought consular courts were a thing of the past now that we've signed the Friendship Treaty. Oh, okay.
Yes, in normal circumstances, you're right.
And so long as it's not a serious incident of a highly political nature to respective governments, they can't invoke a consular court just like that.
Oh, can't they?
Oh, so that means this case is, more political. Oh my god. Yes, she's a student. That doesn't justify our government's making secret arrangement agreements about her fate, does it? Something strange is going on. Huh.
So Miss Brett can't be held accountable for her actions here in Japan.
I'm afraid that for a young student, today's trial was nothing more than a game all along. There was never any danger of a comeuppance for her.
I don't believe it.
Oh, wow.
The British government's Foreign Affairs Ministry has demanded that we hand over custody of Miss Brett. They're obviously taking this case of a foreign student committing murder very seriously.
Okay, so Bryn's gonna take it over and be like, don't worry about it. Bryn is, inferior to us, don't worry.
But it's all going to change from now on. We can make it change. This is a time of great turmoil, this new era heralded in by the start of the 20th century. One day, I have no doubt, that woman will receive the judgment she deserves.
Yes, change is coming, and we're the ones driving it.
Well, I think that's enough seriousness for now. This evening calls for a celebratory drink.
I'd rather not have carbonated water this
But
time.
Professor...
You're right, this is no time for gloomy faces. Give me that goddamn food then, Ryan. We should be celebrating Ryan's not guilty verdict. Let's start having some fun. I'll get some fatty palms.
In that case, might I suggest La Carnival? As the head waiter, I should be delighted to provide you with ample food and drink.
You're a detective, Osanaga, aren't you?
Hell.
See the ones
Let's not worry about details for now. To La Carnival. Will you accompany us, Professor?
It's gonna turn into quite a circus.
Of course. The Carnival's food is second to none.
What, you've been there before? I shall go and attend to the paperwork for Naruto's release.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I'm good with work.
Secretary acquired.
Oh my god!
So Giselle Brett won't be tried here. I suppose that means I'll never know. We'll never find out why she killed Dr. Wilson. Kazuma?
Yes, Ryan?
I just wanted to say thanks again, that's all. You really saved my skin today.
I didn't do a thing. You were the lawyer in there, weren't you? That defense was all your own work.
Your skills made a difference, though. One day, I bet you'll be the best lawyer in the world.
I'm not so sure about that. To be honest, something kept occurring to me over and over again to that trial. Kind of thinking that maybe you're the one destined to become a great lawyer, not me.
What? Come on, be serious.
If I helped you today, it was only right at the very start of the trial. But you have a natural talent for it. For being a defense lawyer, I mean.
Oh no, not me. All that tense verbal combat? I don't want to go through that ever again. Well, now that the tutorial man has been used up, it means he can be killed for the next case.
Oh my god!
Just like the first game. I did what you told me to do, that's all. Because I knew I could trust you.
Ryan dies next case? That's the point. Oh, yeah.
You're damn right, it's the point. Sorry, what do you mean by that's the point?
With the point that's Blaine I have right now, you better go on your knees right now and wish your goddamn maker you. Listen, Ryan. Do you know what the most crucial weapon is that any lawyer needs in order to win?
Apparently that sword on your hip. Knowledge of the law?
No, my goddamn katana in your fucking face. No, the ability to believe.
To believe? To believe what?
A defense lawyer has to fight for his clients. You have to believe in them at all times.
Like you believed in me when I said I didn't do it?
I'm human just like you. I don't have some superhuman ability to know the truth. But you have to make a choice about what to believe in, and stick to it when you're defending someone. Sometimes in the courtroom, you can really be backed into a corner. Being able to remain faithful to what you choose to believe in even then, well, that's not something that anyone can do. You're a special kind of person.
Believing in your client.
Just look at today's trial. A student lawyer with precious little real experience, but you never stop believing in me.
Well,
You face seemingly hopeless situations time and time again, but you never stopped looking for the truth. In the end, you found it. Through your own efforts. Because you never stopped believing in me.
Thanks, Kazuma.
There's something I want to ask you, actually, Ryan.
I've been waiting for this moment for my whole life.
Well, it's a favor, really.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Something very important to me.
Heart begins to pound. It sounds serious. What is...
Ah, you're still here, are you?
We'll do it after you get drunk. Tonight.
Oh, Inspector Osanaga.
I've arranged some rickshaws for us. Let's go.
What's the rickshaw? Thank you, we'll be there.
I don't know.
Let's pick up this conversation again later. You should be celebrating right now. Your first court victory.
And your study tour to Great Britain, don't forget.
Ah, yes, that too.
Oh my god.
I forgot I was going.
So my very first trial came to an end.
Huh.
Kazuma. Professor Mitochondria. Susan, who acted as my assistant. Inspector Hosonaga, who didn't really play much of a part, but still. It was because of the help and support of all these people I managed to get through that trial.
Friendship.
But more importantly, Kazuma hadn't yet managed to ask his favor of me. Little did I realize just how much it would change my life. Oh, you don't say!
Yep.
They gonna fuck.
So how do you feel with our first case?
Gayness achieved.
Gayness achieved. Milestone set. Lover status upgraded.
Lover status upgraded.
Best friends to lovers. That's a little romance trope for you.
There you go.
Well, we'll never see that woman get her comeuppance then.
Hopefully, I would hope so. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh no, is that the Titanic?
Oh.
Unbreakable speckled band. No, it's not the Titanic. It only has two cylinders.
Is 1912 the end of the 18th century, the 19th century?
No, that would be 1900.
No, like is 1912 the end of the 19th century or no? I'm trying to remember.
What? No! It would be 1900!
What are you talking about?
You fuck.
That's the 20th century. Ah!